Hey, it's Jason with incredibly useful exercises for the double bass volume 16, hybrid number 4. Wow. And I'm going to get this GoPro on my head, say hi to our dog who is sniffing the carpet furiously and who we just got back from a run with. So I'm sweating buckets. Make sure I get a good angle here for the final installment. And I think this is the first time I've actually played bass wearing shoes in 7 months. It's crazy. Coronavirus. So we will get a screen grab going here. And the final, I am going to take a break from these GoPro on the head videos after this one. 16 weeks, 4 months is a good amount of time to be doing anything. And I'm excited to try some things that do not involve a camera on my head, but these are fun and I might come back to them at some point. I think I'm going to play around again with these 2 bows like I was last video. And I might actually do a review of cheap bow, expensive bow, more expensive bow. That might be one of my post camera on head videos. So we'll see, but we'll tune rosin, get set here, get a little bit of this. This is the 40% hydration Leatherwood Bespoke, my current favorite rosin. I'm really enjoying this. I'll link up to it in the description below. Right here, if you've watched these videos, I've talked about this endlessly, but this is Modacity, my practice app of choice. Mark Gelfo, the founder, is a friend of mine and just a really interesting person in general. And I've found it to be really, really helpful for my keeping me practicing. So I recommend it. Okay, I gotta get the practice mute off, which I've also talked about quite a bit. You can go back in time as to why I use that, even though I don't really need to in my current living situation. But what I do need to do is tune this bass, because I took the weekend off, hung out with the wife and the dog, and I like that. I think that can be very good, but I just feel a little bit rusty coming back. It's Monday morning, almost not morning anymore. Wow, I'm getting some very weird buzz from my bass. Hopefully this is the pickup. Yes, it is. Whew. I'd rather wait, not have to go into the luthier just for some silly buzz, but that is a little flat, so I typically open these things all the way up when because I feel like they grab the string. Oh, come on, Jason. Tune your bass. Wow. Okay, so what happens here is this catches, and now I heard it pop. Now it's going to be crazy sharp. It's 36 cents sharp, so bring it down. I know this is not the most fascinating thing to watch, but I'm time-stamping these, so feel free to skip ahead in the description to avoid this excessively long tuning session. Okay, there we go. How did that go? It's fine. That's not the most relevant. Oh, silence. That's right. That's what we're doing. Okay. It's funny, I've done silence at the beginning and the end of all 16 of these videos. That's a total of 16 minutes of just Jason breathing on the YouTube channel, which is weird, but it's good to do, and I've actually really enjoyed getting into the habit of this. Okay, so I have all these exercises, which I've done all of these in the past. I've got a fairly short amount of time for each one today, so again, this is just a center exercise. I'm on the Rodney Mohr bow. I'll link up to his site right now. I'm thinking about my knees, my hips. I actually kind of like doing this session after I come back from a run. And I must say, it feels kind of interesting to have shoes on while I'm practicing. Lower back, because in quote-unquote real life, I always have shoes on while I'm playing bass. Neck, face. Let that jaw go. Breathe. right fingers. Breathe. Now I'm going on the left arm, left shoulder, left elbow. Just check in with these body parts. Left wrist. Wiggle the fingers. Breathe. Focus on my breathing rather. Body, arms. And I'll be interested to see if I keep this exact, I'm just stretching out a little bit, this exact centering exercise after this final installment of these, or if I kind of make up my own, or I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay, tonalization, love this exercise. This whole routine here is great for just getting you focused on sound production. Clean pizzicato sound, which is hard to not be clean. With pizzicato, replicate it with the bow. Pits. I love this bow, but I'm not going to buy it because I'll get in trouble from the wife. And I just bought Ableton Push 2, so it's probably enough gear expenditure for October 2020. Counts 1, 2, 3. Trying to use 3/4 of the bow, basically. Thinking about a clean start to the note. Bow is on the string is engaged, and there's a little on the beginning of the note, which I could work to eliminate, but right now I'm just thinking about sound production and clean start. And it's okay if it has a little bit of a consonant on the beginning for me. Right now, this bow doesn't have quite enough rosin at the frog and the tip, the extremities, but it has a little bit too much in the middle. But I don't want to mess with it too much because it's not that hot today, but it's going to be probably 80. I definitely don't want to add too much rosin. And we center. So yeah, this is a really cool bow. I don't know what this tip is made of, but I like it. It's cool. Okay, tonalization. Glowing tones are next. I think I'm going to switch back to my bow, my Bernd Dolling bow I've had for, I don't even know, 13 years, 14 years, which is sounding brighter to me, but I think my wife was saying it sounds darker to her. I don't know. Okay, so here we go. Just listening for my bass and the ring, which Dennis indicates here in these. So we're hearing these diamond tones, and then we play open A, and we hear slightly different. Whoops, I kind of hit everything there. There we go. B flat. You're hearing this. Ringing for that one. Then B. I'm not really getting that. I'm not really. Well, I'll have to keep moving. That's what we're hearing there. I can always pluck my G string to tell too. And then this D. Open D. Different notes are ringing just because of the string that you're on. E flat, I have difficulty getting this a lot of the time. Ooh, I got it. I think that's coming through on the mic. E, that's cool. F sharp. I should be hearing, and I'm kind of touching the A string, so there it is. D, or the note G, rather, and then last few, this G, A, B, ooh, that one rings nice. This one, and the last one is this high A. Cool. It's a good exercise. I like that. Yeah, and I'll be interested to see how I incorporate these in my routine. I might go back to my old routine for a little while just because I've been doing these for the last 4 months. And I probably won't record my old routine weekly like this, but maybe I will. But well, anyway, I'll shut up and play. So I just, with these 6-position harmonic songs, they're just popular folk songs and the like. And I just try to play them as expressively as possible. I'm fairly close to the bridge. And I am touching, I don't know how well this comes across on the camera, I actually touch the string to the right of the string. So I'm almost touching the fingerboard up here, and if you don't have a fingerboard up here, because this is an extended fingerboard, I find that I'm actually more accurate when I'm kind of to the side rather than trying to touch the top of the string. I tend to miss it if I touch the top of the string, and there's something about playing on this fleshy part of the finger that seems to, the fact that it's like a more diffuse, this might be a bad explanation, but a more diffuse surface area kind of makes these harmonics come through more, because there are a lot of other harmonics in here, and sometimes the tip of my finger tends to I might hit other harmonics or miss. So anyway, I kind of land to the right of the string. Okay, so I'm gonna go on, because I yacked through a lot of that, and go on to B. So we have lightly row. And it's amazing what you can do, just having root, third, fifth, how you can string together diatonic scales like that. This is really cool. It opens up, and then you have all these other notes. All these notes that you can play up there too. But getting a handle on the root, third, and fifth up here, open up a lot of possibilities. Okay, I got about 30 seconds. I'm going to play C, which is, what is this tune? That song, I'm blanking on the name. Wow, my brain, I must be dehydrated or something. I've taught it for years, but whatever. Okay, but speaking of that, I did run and not drink any water, so I'm going to take a hydration break, which is good in any season, but especially during the warm season, like right now here in San Francisco. Oh, SodaStream is my friend. Oh, good. Okay. Going forward, those moments will be edited out, because I will do slightly more refined, quote-unquote refined videos for a little while at least. Okay. Those are great. I love them. We'll see if I incorporate those into my personal routine, but I think they're great, especially for students. It'll be fun to see how I incorporate these into my teaching. Okay, back to the Rodney Mohr bow. Again, his site is linked down below if you want to check out more about what he does. I'm just playing this. A friend brought it up for me a couple weeks ago. So, bow tuners, why? Oh yeah, I should talk about why I'm doing these. In case you're new to these videos, for the discovery and mastery of the optimum sounding point in first, fourth, and sixth positions. Tune your bow refers to placing your bow on the optimal sounding point for each note. So what that means is when I play an open string, I have a ratio of approximately 1 to 7, if I remember right, of amount of string on this side of the bow versus this side. Now when I go up here, I'm playing on a string that's half as long, so I need to tune my bow differently, move it closer. When I'm up here, I'm playing on this teensy-weensy little string, so I have to move even closer. That's the idea. And so that's what you're doing here, is in every position you are getting proportionally closer to the bridge. Okay, so we play open D. Now I'm going to move closer to the bridge for this harmonic. Now I'm going to go even closer for this one. I kind of cacked that one, but oh well. Open D, sixth position. A little bit of garbage in the sound there, but that's okay. So now A1, we're just doing the same thing, but adding an E in each position. A2 just adds a tetrachord. This bow, I love it. Briefly finish it off, go back up to 6th position. Probably at some point, maybe not next week because I've been doing these for so long, but I will probably do a like what did I learn from all this video, from these different exercises. They're really cool. There's a reason why I decided to do these for 16 weeks. And it'll be I'm trying not to make this video too long, but so I'll be brief with this. But I guarantee you that I have practiced much more these past 16 weeks, these past 4 months, because I knew I was going to make myself do one of these silly videos every week. Just having enough professional pride to at least make a stab at all these exercises made me practice these more and maybe dig more deeply into these technical exercises, frankly. Just knowing that I would be here explaining them for roughly an hour week after week. So anyway, it's been a good personal project. Again, I'm going to move on to some other projects after this, but I know that I'm already using some of these exercises with my extremely limited number of private students. And there are things that I've done throughout my life, but having them organized in this way has been great for me. And again, I'll save my more thought out comments for some sort of summation, not camera on head video in the future. Okay, Ribbits. Y for the development and exercise of a quick throwing and rebound motion from the right elbow, bob up, bob up, followed by quick total relaxation of the arm. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. I hope that makes sense. I want to try to get through it. So my arm's like kind of going like this. Dennis, if he has a video out on this, which I think he does at this point, he'll check out his, I can also hear that glowing tone. And now the cool thing with this is he mixes up the directions. Down, up, now up, down, up, down. I'm trying to feel like it's just an impulse, regardless if it's starting up or down. I'm trying to make it sound the same. So I'll start again. Now. A little out of tune on that, but E, F, whoop, there we go. And now we do all in a row, bug'em, bug'em, bug'em. Again, mixing up the pattern. This is measure 16 if you're following along on your own copy. One of these things, not to talk endlessly about this Rodney Mohr bow, but one of the things I really like about this bow is, well, I like many things, and again, maybe I'll do a review of this thing just because I think it's cool. It's about $6,000, I think, so it's not cheap, but bows get more expensive than that too. I really like the shape of the frog. I found my thumb to have a really comfortable little shelf to rest against here. My bow, which is also a nice bow and is also not cheap, has just a different shape of the frog, and I've also played on it a lot. I don't know if you can see this in the GoPro, but I've actually worn away the frog a little bit from years of playing heavy orchestral music. So I'm going to switch to my bow, though, because Dig It Up is Ribbits. Oh, that was okay. It goes better on the Rodney Mohr bow. Dig It Up is a similar exercise. It's just doing 3 notes rather than 2. Dig it up, dig it up, dig it up. So it's 3 rather than 2. And I also have this bow, Rosin. We'll just see how my bow compares with a similar kind of motion. It feels a little easier to me, but part of that's because I've been playing on this bow for so long. Whoops, that's bad. Whoop, that's bad. Why is that bad? There we go. Gotta focus. intonation issues there, here and there, but now same as Ribbits. We now string them together, bucket up, bucket up, bucket up, bucket up, mixing up the bow direction, starting on C. Ugh, kind of lost it there at the end. I'm going to play that last line a little slower. And sometimes when I'm trying to isolate a problem on this or similar passages, I find that if I keep the speed of the notes the same but just increase the interval between them, that helps. So like dugga-dut, 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 like a flam, is that what they call it on snare drum? Just really analyzing that motion. So again, the idea for both this and Ribbit is to have the first note be active and the second, in this case, second and third notes be passive. So it feels like one motion, keeping all keeping on the string at all times. During the rest, keep the whole right arm relaxed and dead. There must be no tense muscles between dig-it-ups. Focus primarily on the right pectoral muscle, shoulders, and fingers. Okay, that's what I've been thinking of. Oh, timed out well. Okay, so that was fine. And then spiccato. Okay, I'm gonna do this one with Rodney, his bow, which I find is a really nice bow for spiccato for me. So again, we start with 8s, then we do repetitions of 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I probably won't talk during this because I lose the ability to count when I talk. So I'll start with 8s. Maybe I'll just tell you when I'm switching, or maybe I'll say nothing. So here, 8s. I'll probably slow down as I get faster, as I change the groupings. I'm actually going to stop for a second, not because I'm tired, although I am a little tired. I noticed I got a little piece of rosin on the floor, on the carpet, and we just had the carpets cleaned last week, so I don't want that to become glue in the carpet. Okay, 7s. Pitch. I'm also not in love with this bounce. I'm going to slow it down. 5s. I like the way this bow bounces. I'm definitely not as familiar with it. This is also a stroke that tends to not stick with me unless I'm practicing it regularly. I'm gonna take a little break because my arm's getting tired. If I don't do this on a daily basis, which I haven't for the last few days, it gets a little careless. Okay, 3s. Ones. the ones one more time. I'm going to start on the string. Since I got 9 seconds left, let's try that with my bow too, just to mix it up. Ugh, it's funny. My bow definitely doesn't bounce as well, but I'm more familiar with it. So I'm like, oh, this bad bounce is familiar to me. So I do like that Rodney Mohr bow, and I just need to practice that more in general. Okay, growing bow scale. This one is cool. So expressive dynamic changes, controlling dynamics with varying bow speed. So we start off pianissimo and use not much bow. And then as we get louder, we use more bow. And this one, I'm gonna tighten my bow slightly for this one. Okay, so here we go. Pianissimo. Fortissimo. All the way back. Trying to be on the string. Go to the middle of the bar. Now go to the second beat. Second beat. Go to the fourth beat. Fortissimo, diminuendo. Crescendo, subito. Go to second beat. Go here. Second beat. Now we're on C natural. Go down and then back up in the same bar. Go to the A. Kind of mixing it up. Whoa, that timed out perfectly. Dennis is just mixing it up throughout. This is the sort of thing you could improvise these two as you get more comfortable. Obviously do different scales, different keys, that sort of thing. It's a great exercise. It's cool. One of those things I don't practice ever, except in these 16 weeks when I've been doing these, but it's useful. And again, I've said this before in these videos, but I find I do these in the morning. Then I do more other stuff, non-bass playing related stuff during the day. And then I come back usually at the end of the day to play a little bass. And I feel like I've just been working out. This feels like, maybe that's why I'm doing this right after actually working out. It feels like an instrumental workout, which I guess it is. It's cool, but it's also mental. Anyway, it's lots of things. Okay, 3 non-progressive scales. Why? For the exercise and conditioning of a fast, accurate, and powerful left-hand finger motion. For the exercise and mastery of precise tuning using a trichord, 3 notes. Learn the first octave and second octave fingers before playing the full version. This is the full version. I usually like to use a drone, so I'm going to turn the, whoops, that's a metronome. Come on, Jason. Turn the E on, turn it up a little bit. I may vary the speed throughout. I may take a break in the middle. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll start on this. I do know I'll start on this A. Yeah, and I'm feeling a little tight before I start. So I'm just going to think about lengthening. Take a breath. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go a little slower too. Switch to 2 for the tap notes. Oh, out of time and slowly growing out of tune, so maybe a good point to stop. Okay, Bumblebees are a great one. I'm gonna put a pause on this one and get another drink of water, in part to stay hydrated, but also to give myself a little bit of a break physically. I like doing these things and taking lots of little breaks, just like this length. Come over to the kitchen of our tiny San Francisco pad. Maybe stretch. Hands behind the back. Look up at the ceiling. I was using, I will get into this on the channel and what I'm doing with this in bass for sure. This is the Ableton Push. This is totally unrelated to these videos, but Friday, I was using this thing. I get lost in doing electronic music. I was probably using this thing for 3 or 4 hours, sitting in a funny position with my arms over it. And then we went out with some friends and we were like sitting outside at these kind of like low tables for 4 hours till almost midnight or something. And then I tweaked my back somehow doing all that stuff. It's funny, not playing bass. It's definitely not playing bass, but it feels fine, but I'm just trying to be nice, be easy on myself. Okay, back to the Rodney Mohr bow, back to Bumblebees, or 2 Bumblebees rather. So the way these work, all half steps, start on the D, natural. Then thumb goes down to C sharp. C natural. So E flat's the high note. B natural. D natural's the high note. B flat to C sharp. A to C natural. To a B, A to B. G sharp. Ooh, that sounds a little sharp. B. I'm starting to get a little tired in the fingers. I've gotten much better at this exercise, and I haven't gone back to watch, but I'll bet from the first video I did this to this one, if you've been watching all these, you probably heard some improvement too. And if you've been watching all these, thank you so much. You're a special kind of person. Probably we have a lot in common. So, F sharp to A. F natural, I'm kind of losing control. I'll just finish it off. E flat to F sharp. D to F natural. Anyway, there we go. That's a great one. Gary Carr, I don't know if he still does these every day, but I'm pretty sure that he typically does these every day. And wow, I mean, the level that he is playing at, has played at his entire life and continues to play at, it's worth thinking about incorporating this in. Certainly for me, wow, I feel like this has cleaned some things up. A lot of these upper position things have cleaned up just some like sloppy habits, frankly, that I have up there. So, oh no, the exercise I love to hate, or hate to love, or hate to hate, or I don't know. The master of each note in 4th position, the Roboth system. That means from this G to this D right here. Exercise and conditioning of a quick and accurate hand extension contraction in 1st position. The way that's going to work in this particular exercise is my hand's going to, like, for me, I might be way off on this, but this is the only way I can do this. I usually I want to keep a nice strong arch to my hand. Like it's like I'm holding a baseball or something like that, tennis ball also. In order to get to this, which is the most extended part of this exercise right here, I have to let my hand go like this, which I am not good at and don't find particularly comfortable. But anyway, I'm going to shut up and do it. Here we go, or at least whatever I can do in 30 seconds. Okay, so I'm still not great at this, but I'm way better than I was the first time I did this. And then I think I'm kind of lost, but now I think I'm do that. And anyway, okay, I was saved by the bell on that one, but part of what I've done, and again, I'll do a more complete review and not yammer endlessly on this one, but part of why I decided to go through every single volume and really do it and commit to it, as I think there is a beauty. Generally I'm pulling from here and there and picking and choosing and synthesizing from all the things that I've done over the decades. But I do think there's a certain beauty to like living within a system someone's created. So I like, even if this is doing something good for me. I don't know if I'm sure I can articulate exactly what, but I know it's doing something good for me. I could very easily have just skipped this because I didn't like it at first, or I didn't find that. But I think there's beauty to living in someone's system. Another good example is if we think about in related matters, the Roboth technique and the George Vance progressive repertoire books that I've talked about many times on this channel. They use the fourth finger up to this F sharp, or at least generally in the materials. I very, very frequently use third finger, but I think that there's some value to practicing with fourth finger and just kind of living in that system, even if in a real world like gig situation or a solo concert I'm playing, I just do whatever felt the best and made the most musical sense. So hopefully that makes sense. And we are moving on because I have a tendency to ramble. Tapers, love this one, fairly common. Studying fairly straightforward. For the studying exercise of the technical execution of the taper, the most commonly used expressive gesture in musical phrases. I'm going to start with C because I never get to C. So C is starting forte and ending piano, which with this bow is actually quite comfortable. I'm trying to make the down bow note a little gentler. It's a little poppy for my taste. And I could also add vibrato. Whoops. See, I don't like that last note. There we go. But sometimes instead of just obsessing on it, I'm going to try it with my bow just for a variance. I'm going to do C again. Sometimes instead of obsessing about it, I work through the exercise and just try to do better the next time. Okay, tapers. This bow is slightly longer than the Rodney Mohr bow. I'm still getting a pop, which indicates that it's me, not the bow. I mean, it's always me, but sometimes bows can have funny tendencies. This reminds me a lot of practicing stroking, the adaptation of the Sevchik School of Violin Technique by Hal Robinson. I will try to remember to link up to it in the card. Jason, there's no editing in here, but as I'm assembling it, Jason, mental note, try to link up to that. If not, just search for Strokin with a Strokin with an apostrophe. And I talk more fully about exercises like this. This is like one cell of the thousands in Strokin, so it's really good. I may just go back to Strokin and practice that, but I think it's cool that this is in here too. So we'll see. I don't know. Great. Yeah, we're fine. Went fine. Okay, long tones. Here we go. I'm going to just start because I have just enough time to get through it with the time I've allotted myself. So we're going to turn on the metronome. It's at 100. And we go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, wait. 2. Well, anyway, I'll talk through it as we go. Here we go. Ready? So 2 for bow. Oh, no, I'm playing with Rodney's bow. It's shorter. This is going to be more challenging. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 25%, 50, 75, 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to get frog to tip and all the way back. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 6th, 2 6th, 3 6th, 4 6, 5 6, 6 6. Do it again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For the sake of time, I'm going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now 12s. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's halfway. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's halfway. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's like letting the air out of a balloon. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Going down. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1. I kind of missed the judge that one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to skip the repeats. Go on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll repeat these. 3, 4, 1. This should time out just about right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, pretty close. Okay, my estimating skills. Good. That's a great exercise to do. And we end with silence. Okay, that's it for, I guess, it for incredibly useful exercises. 16 weeks, 4 months of doing these, and whatever project you're doing in your life, it feels good to get to the end of something like this. You know, I did a similar thing with this Practisma practice journal. That I recorded 16 weeks of me practicing. I have yet to edit it and put it out online. That might be the next one of my next projects now that I'm done with these. But yeah, it's been great. I encourage you to take this system or take any system. It could be the Samantha method, it could be the Roboth method, it could be Ray Brown's method, it could be a Discover Double Bass course, and really commit to an interval of time. You know, when I was starting my podcast, I guess I'm rambling here for a little bit because it's the last video, and if you've made it to number 16 of the camera on GoPro Head videos, again, we probably have a lot in common. When I was starting my podcast, actually, that's a bad example. Advice I've heard, and I heard this from Tim Ferriss, and I've talked to other people about this. Tim decided he was going to commit to doing 6 podcasts. He didn't know if he wanted to do a podcast. He didn't know if he, or what, but he decided he would do 6 episodes and then evaluate after that. So again, I just decided I'm going to let it rip and do all 16 of these, and then I'll see. And I think there's something to that. It's similar to like training for a marathon or training for something like that. I think that there is a beauty to just living with the system like this. So yeah, yeah, I will, if you enjoy these videos, let me know. Like I said, I'm going to dig into some more, get out my M50, my camera gear, work on things that are shot a little better, I guess, than just a camera on the head. But I may come back to these and I may use this from time to time too. It's kind of a cool format. I picked it up from Kenji Lopez Alt, who wrote The Food Lab right here. I got way into his YouTube channel. I watch a lot of YouTube, by the way. And he films like that. And there's something that's kind of cool about almost feeling like you're watching something through somebody's eyes, if you can get over the motion sickness, which I know is a thing. So yeah, that's going to do it for volume 16. Check out Dennis's channel. If you haven't, you probably have if you're watching these. I have all, as you've seen, I have all 16 of the volumes in Kindle format. I also have volume 17, which is all the exercises in alphabetical form, which I've used as a prop for many thumbnails. I would definitely recommend picking one of the 16 volumes, and you've seen how they all are, or you can see through the playlist for this or any of these videos, just you can get a general feel of these. I rather than just going through them alphabetically and constructing your own with volume 17, I think that would be the best way. My preferred method would be paper, but just the fact that I live in this microscopic place here in San Francisco, and I just didn't want 16 additional volumes in my life. And I wanted, and then I realized, oh, it's kind of cool to screencast the iPad version anyway. So anyway, that's enough. I am now officially rambling. So thank you. Thanks for checking out this wacky experiment, and we will see you in the next video.